Now we come to several questions from a listener in League City, Texas. Her first one is, you indicated that Paul in 1 Corinthians 11 was talking about hats, but when I read it, I understood that he is speaking about hair as our covering. Could you review this issue?
You know, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that, and actually this is a fine point here. I'll have to confess that, but I still insist that Paul in 1 Corinthians 11 is talking about the hats, the covering for the head. And what he's saying, if you will let me read this again, and he's talking about a woman in Christian service, where she's serving in a Christian assembly. It says, if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. The covering here is not the hair, because apparently she has her hair on, but she's not covered. Not covered with what? Covered with a hat, or you call it whatever you want to call it. I think my mother used to call them shawls that she wore, shawls, and I think there was one called a fascinator that women used to wear a long time ago. They just put over their head. But that's what he's talking about here. He's not talking about just hair. He's talking about the covering for the hair. And verse 6 makes that clear. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn, you see. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. That is, if she has long hair and she goes in, attempts to serve with long hair, then she should have that hair covered. And my feeling is that today, a woman, God has made her attractive to a man, of course. And just like he makes a flower attractive to a bee because of the honey. And a woman is supposed to look as nice as she can. And one of the great appeals that a woman has is her hair let down. No question about that. And no man ever looks good that way. Now, there are a lot of them about today, and I know I'll hear from this, but I'm going to say it just the same. I have never seen a man that looked like a real man with long hair. It just doesn't, and he might be a prize fighter for that matter, but he doesn't look right with long hair. And somebody's going to say, you're a square. Granted, I'm a square, but he still doesn't make him look any better. And now the woman with long hair, and that hair let down, it makes her very attractive. And my feeling is that if a married man had a lovely wife, he would say to her, you're not to let your hair down in public. You reserve that for me. That belongs to me. That's part of your attraction to me. And I think that that is something that a woman ought to keep in mind.